One of the best things about working out is taking a pre-workout that works really well. But here's the thing. If stimulant breaks are not taken, this pre-workout suddenly turns into this pure water, boring drink that you have before your workout that doesn't make you feel like anything except sleep. This is the world that we live in. When it comes to stimulant breaks, you might want to take one. See, here's the thing. So I took a stimulant break for 2 weeks and I had some difficulty. In the beginning, I wasn't even planning to take it for 2 weeks, but I ended up doing that and I pushed myself. But I'm going to tell you some things that you need, some tricks that I did, some tips that you may use that will help you get through a stimulant break. Now, hear me out. You don't need to take a stimulant break. See, the way I did it, I actually tricked my mind. I told myself, hey, I need to take a day off from pre-workout. So I took a day off and I was thinking maybe I'll take one more day off. I continued with this cycle and this one thing actually helped me maintain my sanity while taking this break, because what I did was I pushed it through. On the third day, I pushed it for one more day. I was thinking maybe, hey, from the fourth day, I'll turn it into a 7-day break. By the time the 7th day came, I was like, okay, I'll push it to 10 days. And this led me to a cycle where I took 2 weeks completely off from caffeine, no coffee, no caffeine, nothing. And I was still training throughout that period. And so I'm going to be telling you what you can do to manage your tolerance, to let your pre-workouts hit harder, as well as some vitamins that you can take that are super essential, that will make your pre-workout work even better and make your break even more effective. So a couple of things to keep in mind when you're going through a caffeine withdrawal period, you're resetting your mind kind of. You're on that period. You may not reset your tolerance right away, and you probably won't because it takes a lot of time, but your mind adjusts. And when you're going through these adjustments, you're suddenly having these weird feelings in your mind. You may not feel as good because you're not getting that dopamine hit, that rush of mood elevation, as well as increased sociability when you're taking caffeine. But throughout that adjustment period, you will adjust. And when you're adjusting, you can do some things that will help manage your mood as well as your energy. So the first thing I would recommend when I was taking my break, the number one thing that helped me maintain my energy as well as my productivity was exercise. Exercise was essential. I was doing some cardio, weightlifting, and I wasn't pushing myself as hard, but I was still pushing myself as hard as I could. And this helped me manage my energy. I was able to be more focused and more productive. Although I didn't feel it right from the first day, as the break went on, I was adjusting myself and it eventually became more effective. So aside from working out, what else can you do? When you're taking a stimulant break, I would recommend taking this all the time, even without your break. And it's two big things that will make a big difference in your break as well as your mood and energy. So the first thing is magnesium. Magnesium is huge for mind relaxation. It helps regulate GABA, which is a relaxing neurotransmitter. And not only that, but also blocks NMDA receptors, which can lead to overstimulation. It can make you feel more anxious. So magnesium really helps when you're going through those withdrawals. And even if you're not taking a stimulant break, taking magnesium will help elevate mood when you are taking caffeine, as it can help manage and support those neurotransmitters that make you feel good. The next number one thing I would recommend is theanine. Theanine is super awesome, versatile ingredient. You can use it for anything, sleep, pre-workout. You'll often see it combined with caffeine. The reason for that is because it helps with mood. So theanine, it's like a mind relaxation, just like magnesium, but just like magnesium, it can help support neurotransmitters that make you feel good. It helps support with dopamine, serotonin, as well as GABA. So these three neurotransmitters are super important when you want to feel good, and you don't want to feel those side effects of like dirty, anxious, jitters that you may feel from overstimulation. And these ingredients, I would recommend taking it whether you are taking it before sleep. Theanine, you can take it anytime, but magnesium, I would recommend taking it later in the day just in case you feel tired. And there's a couple of different forms of magnesium, but the one that I like the most personally is magnesium bioglycinate. This one is the most bioavailable, but hey, any form will work for you. But keep in mind, some forms are known to be better for sleep. Some forms are known to be better for energy. But I prefer the one that's better for sleep because then I can manage myself better. And so the next thing is, if you don't want to go off completely from stimulants, is you could just taper down. So after you have a period where you're taking these pre-workouts, have a pre-workout that has lower caffeine dosage. So say you're taking 500 milligrams of caffeine, 400, etc. You can have something that's like 200 milligrams. And then that way, you can have a way to manage your tolerance without going completely off caffeine. You can also get some caffeine pills and stack it with a pump pre-workout that doesn't have any stimulants. And then this way, you can choose how much caffeine you're getting, and it works really well, especially when you're trying to taper down with caffeine. You can control your dosage, and day by day, you can take less and less. This way, you can manage your withdrawals a lot better. You'll still be productive and relatively energetic. So the next thing is, I would recommend taking a non-stimulant pre-workout. The only one that I was taking was Sicario, and this was fantastic. Let me tell you, it has the pump ingredients, but it also has nootropics, as well as like energy boosting ingredients like tyrosine, as well as Alsar. These two ingredients are super awesome for non-stimulant energy, although it didn't work right away because like I was tired from all the caffeine withdrawals I was feeling from the first few days. But after that, I was feeling energized, mentally stimulated, and energetic. Just overall, my physical performance as well as my mental felt really good. And then there was the pumps, the nitrates and everything played together really well. So honestly, how long should you take a stimulant break for? I would recommend going for at least a few days. But if you truly want to reset your system, it takes a while. It takes a few months. But if you take 30 days off, you should be relatively reset. I mean, it could take longer depending on your history of caffeine, but you can manage. You can do it. You can taper down. You can go cold turkey, but keep in mind, you will get withdrawals. And the other thing you could do is have electrolytes, and this will help flush out the caffeine from your system. This helped me a lot. I had it as a way to replace, to replace the habit of drinking pre-workouts. So I would drink electrolytes. I would feel a lot better. I didn't get any headaches, surprisingly. So that could help potentially. So take your magnesium, consume your theanine if you want to maximize your efficiency while you're going on a break, and have a non-stimulant pre-workout. And you can also taper down with lower stimulants or having your own caffeine in bulk with powder or pills. So that was a great break for me because after I had my break, I'm able to have these pre-workouts that are hitting hard for me. But I'm also being more careful now. I'm going to take lower stimulant pre-workouts in between the higher stimulant. So one day high stimulant, the next day I would take like 200 milligrams of pre-workout, and that would be a lot better. And then one day a week I will go completely off caffeine or just have like a cup of coffee. And that way I can maximize the efficiency of all my pre-workouts, as well as keeping that tolerance in check. So hopefully this helps you. Let me know what you think. How do you manage your caffeine withdrawals and your tolerance with pre-workouts? Do you feel like you take a break, cold turkey, or do you prefer tapering down and going lower on your caffeine dosage and intake over time? Let me know in the comments. See you later. Thanks for watching.